Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today we're going to be creating a Christmas greeting card. We're going to be using a combination of Canva and also Microsoft PowerPoint. Y'all already know how I feel about Microsoft PowerPoint, right? Okay. All right, so we're going to be doing a greeting card. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out actually in the Discord server. And I am going to bring in an image that I created yesterday in Midjourney using the Discord server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to locate those images and then I'm going to switch them up. So I Googled the top Christmas scenes or backgrounds for 2023 and it gave me this word exactly. All I did was copied the text and pasted it over into Discord, and these are the images that I got, guys. So I'm just going to share the images with you so you can see. And all I did was just copy the verbiage directly from Google. I didn't change anything. And these are the designs that I got. So yesterday in my Facebook group, we had a live crafting session together. And so for the people that were not able to join us, I decided to go ahead and record this video. So what I'm going to do today is um, I had a lady in my group, a Taro, that had changed the color here from the pearl. Let me see, Veri Peri as Pantone color of the year with pink, vivid pinks and strong purples. And I think she changed it to like white, red and white. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to see what happens. So vivid red, reds. Oops, take those caps off. And strong, I'm going to go with green instead of purple. I'm going to say greens. And I'll put this prompt in the description for anyone that wants to try it. Now keep in mind, it's not going to give you the same images that it gives me, but yours will be similar. All right, so range of reds. We're going red and green instead of pinks. Or hang only magenta. We'll see what we get. So we're going to hit submit, and it's going to create us 4 images out here. So these are some images that I created earlier today with some Christmas background scenes for tumblers. As you can see, I used a aspect ratio of 18:16, which is appropriate for tumblers. So I really fell in love with this one. I really like that. All right, let's see our images. Still got more, well, we got some red in there. I think because I still have that magenta on the bottom, but we're going to work with it, okay? So what I'm going to do, I want to show you what our images look like. Oh, that is beautiful. Still beautiful. Okay, but we got some red up in that thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to upscale these. And then I am going to save them to my computer so that I can take them into Canva. So anytime you save, you click on the image and then click Open in Browser. And then you're going to right click and Save As. I'm going to go ahead and drop it in this folder. And the same thing here. And notice how I'm clicking on each image and then I'm selecting open in browser. That's where you want to save from to make sure you get crisp, clean images. And we're going to save. So now we have our images uploaded to our computer. We're now going to go over to Canva and we are going to look at greeting cards. And I should already have this one, Christmas greeting, in my file of files because we were working with it yesterday. So from the search field, I'm just typing in Christmas greeting. And this one turned out pretty yesterday too. But I'm going to go down and get a different one. Well, it's the same one we used yesterday. When I say different one, we're not going to use the one with the Christmas ornament. All right, and you don't have to have Canva Pro for this project, guys. I'm using everything that's applicable to the free version of Canva. So you can definitely do this project if you're not paying for Canva. And this is the image we're going to use. I will link it in the description of this video tutorial as well. So we're going to click on customize this template, and this is by luck picture. Now this is old, I think, because it has 2022 on it, but we're going to change that. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is come over to uploads, and we're going to upload those images that we just brought in from um, the Discord server. So we're going to grab those, which is here, and we're going to go ahead and grab all 4 of them and click on open. So we got all 4 of our images that we just created in the Discord server. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go ahead and start designing this out. Now this is in parts. So when you're working with the frame, which this is a frame inside of Canva, when you're working with the frame, the way it works is you can take an image and drag it over to that frame and it'll snap into place. The only time it's not going to snap into place like you want it to or like you think it should is when you're using a portrait frame, but you're using a landscape image. Okay, so you really want to go um, aspect ratio for aspect ratio, so to speak. So if you're doing a portrait frame, it's better to work with a portrait image. That way you can ensure that all of your image will fit inside of your frame. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it right in. And you see how it incorporated everything pretty much that was in this image over here without chopping off a lot. And that's because we're doing portrait to portrait. However, if I were to take one of these images that's more in the landscape, then it chops off a lot more. Like the cow, you can see it didn't get any of the sides of the cow. It just got the head part of the cow. And that's because these images are landscape and these images are in the portrait position. Okay. So now that we have that image in, we are going to shift this snowflake over just a little bit to the right so that I can get to this red background. And I'm going to go to the right of shape and click on color. And I'm going to change that color. And I think I'm going to go with trying to think of what color do I want to put in here. I really want um, a darker color, but it's not as dark as I want it. Okay, I'm going to go with light on that end, and then I'm going to click off of it, and I'm going to bring the snowflake back over. Then for the white part, I'm going to change that white out, click off of it, and I'm going to go with a different color for the white. I'm going to go A little bit darker right there. And then again, I'm going to move that snowflake at the bottom over to the right so I can gain access to the red. And trying to think, I think I'm going to do that just to be a little different. And then I'm going to click off and then I'm going to move the snowflakes over. Let's take a look. That's pretty. That is pretty. I wish I could have got some of that green in there, but it's okay. So we're going to take and we're going to change this from December 2022 to 23. And for the Merry Christmas, I think I'm going to go in and also change the um, color there for the Merry Christmas. So I just went up and changed that. And I think I want to change the font. So we're going to click on this drop down from the menu. And let's see what this looks like. I kind of like that. I think that's pretty. Let me take a look at the big picture. Oh yeah, I like that better. Which means that now it makes me want to bold this a little bit as well. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to use it for the December as well. And I'm going to open this up just a little bit so I can get all of that in there. And let's change the color as well. And let's then decrease the size. So you can change this up, guys, to however you so choose at this point because it's now your baby. Okay. So we got that. Perfect. Okay. So now that we have our card decorated the way we want to, you don't have to do yours like mine. You can do something completely different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click here to add a page. And I'm just going to type in something sentimental. So this will be like the front because this card is really just one side. So I'm going to make it double-sided. So I'm going to add a page. And since I've already taken a background color here, it's going to automatically pick up that background color, which is perfect for me. And we're going to come over to the left and click on text. And we're going to um, add a little body to this particular, not body, I'm sorry. I don't want that one. I think I'm going to go with the heading and then I'll change it up. Okay, so I'm going to type in what I want to say here. And I'm going to say Mary. That one a little dark. Meri Prima. We're going to take out this text that's in there. I needed that little thing to get out of my way because I couldn't see. All right, so Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And we're going to say from our family to yours. All right, good enough for me. Just want to kind of give you the gist of how you can do this. And we're going to go and we're going to change this font and we're going to change the color of it. So we're going to stick with that same brassica and we're going to also change the color and we'll go with this color from the image. Okay, so Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from our family to yours. You can take it up a little bit more. I think that looks nice right about there. And then we're going to insert another text box. And on this one, we're just going to say from the Edwards. Okay. And we're going to leave that there. But we're going to put a little something to it. There we go. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from our family, yours from the Edwards. Perfect. Okay. So now we have the front of our card and we have the back of our card. I think I'm going to take this snowflake and duplicate it and bring it down. I'm going to have it right before the Merry Christmas. Get out my way thing. I don't want to add a comment. I just want you to go and move. Okay. So we're going to add it there. I'm going to duplicate it again and I'm going to bring it down here just to give it a little something, right? And I'm going to bring from the Edwards to the front. So we're going to click on that. Let's do this. We'll just bring that down. And then I'm going to right click it and say layer, send to back. All right, let's take a look. I like that. All right, so now we have Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from our family to yours from the Edwards. And then we have the December 2023 and Merry Christmas on that one. Everything looks cohesive to me. So we're going to roll with it. Okay. I don't know why it didn't pick up these colors right here in there. I'm going to try one more time because I really do want that dark red. I don't know why it's giving me such a hard time, but it's not letting me have it, and I don't like that. Photo colors. It's not recognizing it. Okay, we're going to just leave it. So I'm just going to undo that. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to save this. Okay, so we have everything we need here. We're now going to go share and we're going to come down to download. We're going to leave everything here. We're going to save this as a PNG for both pages. Make sure you don't have any additional pages in here when you do this, guys, until you get comfortable and you can handle multiple pages, more than two. Okay. We're going to download this. Now, I have it on save download settings, but I'm going to change it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But we're going to download. And now we're going to go over to Microsoft PowerPoint and we're going to upload those images to Microsoft PowerPoint. We're going to change our sizing in Microsoft PowerPoint and then we're going to print these out. All right. So I want my card to be 7.7 inches in height by 5.5 in width. Okay. So I'm going to bring my Microsoft over now and we're going to go ahead and do the last step here. So we're going to go insert pictures, this device, and those files that we just saved is going to be in our downloads or should be in your downloads. And I'm going to change this to all files. So if you don't see it, make sure you change this to all files, guys. And then you should see your zip folder. So there's our red, white, simple Merry Christmas greeting. We're going to right click it and extract all and then extract. And what that's basically doing is putting it in a file type that we can just open directly into Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay. So once we get that, our file is now here. So this is the zip file that we unzipped. And then here's the file. I mean, this is the zip file and this is the unzipped file. So you want to work with the unzipped file. You know it's unzipped because it doesn't have a zipper across it. We're going to double click that. And we're going to go ahead and bring both into Microsoft PowerPoint. Now for Microsoft PowerPoint, guys, this looked like the old one that I was working on. We're going to delete that. Let me go back. I do want to tell you this before you bring it into Microsoft PowerPoint, make sure that you go to design and put your slide size at 8.5 by 11 and in the portrait position. So before you bring your images in, make sure that you go to design and it's going to say slide size. You're going to choose custom slide size and you're going to put 8.5 by 11 and portrait and okay. And then just ensure the fit. Okay. So let's go back out and see where our images are because that was not them. All right, let's take a looky. Here it is right here. Clicked on the wrong one. And we're going to go ahead and insert those. And now we have both of our images. Okay, looks good together, right? So this is going to be the front of the card. This is going to be the back of the card. It's going to be one piece of cardstock with a front and a back to it. It's not going to be a greeting card that you open up and you have the front and then the inside. Okay. Now that we have that out of the way, we're going to size these to 7 inches high and 5.5 in width. Okay. So to do that, we're going to take our first one, which is the front of the greeting card, and we're just going to right click and say size and position. And we're going to come over to format picture and deselect the lock aspect ratio. If you don't, it's going to automatically adjust it, and it's not a big deal here. Okay, so for the height, we're going to put 7, and for the width, we're going to put 5.5. Okay, that's going to be our greeting card. Then we're going to cut this one. We're going to right click and say new slide, and we're going to paste it onto the second slide. You want to line it in this top right corner. So the first one is in the top left corner. The second one is going to be in the top right corner. And again, we're going to right click, size and position. We're going to do a height, take off lock aspect ratio, and we're going to do a height of 7 and a width of 5.5. Okay, now that we got that understood, we're ready to print, guys. We are ready to print this out. So this is going to be the front of the card, and this is going to be the back of the card. Okay, it has to be in this order. Now I'm using my HP OfficeJet Pro 7740, and I'm going to tell it to print on both sides the long way. So this is how I have to have mine set up so that I don't have to touch this paper. Once I put the cardstock into the machine, it's going to print the front and the back side without me having to manually take the paper out and put it back in and have it to print. Okay, so check your printer and see if your printer works the same. But that's how mine work, and I'm going to videotape that part for you so you guys can see it. Okay, so all I would do here at this point is just say file, print. I want it to print all slides because I want it to print the front and the back and full pages and print on both sides. I want it to flip the pages on the long side. That's what you want to make sure you have. And again, I'm using the HP OfficeJet Pro 7740. And I always make sure in my printer properties that I choose best. That's how I get the best quality print. So if you're not getting quality prints with your printer, make sure you're not choosing better or draft, because that's using very little ink, so that you don't use a lot of ink on images that you may not be ready, to pass on. So if you're ready to print it, to get it ready to sell to somebody or give to somebody, make sure you have it on the best quality settings. Okay. I have it in the main tray for plain paper. I'm not going to change that. And I'm using the print on both sides the long way. And it kind of shows you how side 1 and side 2 is going to look when you finish. So side 1 is going to have the image with the Christmas tree. Side 2 is going to have our words, but it's going to be actually the back flip side of side 1. Okay. We're going to click OK. And now all I have to do is click print. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and put my paper into my printer, and I'm going to videotape that part of the um, process. Okay, give me one moment here. All right, guys, so I have my HP OfficeJet Pro 7740 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the glossy cardstock. So it's glossy on one side and then just matte on the back. The glossy side I'm going to do on the top. Normally we would flip it over and this would be the front, right? This is still going to be the front, but because we're doing double-sided, it's going to do the back first and then it's going to do the front. So I'm going to put the glossy on the top. And if it doesn't work right, then don't blame me. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and click on my printer settings over here to make sure that it's coming out of the main tray. Give me 1 second. Make sure I did select that. Yep, I got it on the main tray.
And it's going to now start to print for us. Okay, so it's going to automatically do its thing to print on the opposite side, so I don't have to touch it. All right, and there we have it. There is our greeting card front, nice and glossy. And there is our greeting card back. And all we have to do is just cut that off. And you can use a cutter, you can use your scissors, whatever will work for you. I'm not going to touch this for a minute because I am using glitter cardstock, so I don't want to smear my ink. So I'm going to let that dry. But I'm going to show you guys that that is the front of the card. And that's the back of the card. And everything is going in the order in which it should. And just for demonstration purposes, I would use my cutter, but I don't want to scratch the gloss on here. Let me bring this down so I can show you guys. Give me 1 second. Bring my camera down. All right. So just to show you that they're both on the same side, and I did not have to touch it. It automatically did everything on my printer. So again, this was in the top right corner. This one was in the top left corner on the second page. Top right corner, top left corner. Okay, did I get that right? No, this one was in the top left corner. This one was in the top left corner. The front, the image will be in the top left corner. This one will be in the top right corner on the second page. They're on different pages. And I'm going to cut from this side. And that is because I can actually make sure I'm not cutting into my words or anything. So I'm just going to cut this off. Okay, that's the front part. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim this other side here. All right. So there is our greeting card, front and back. And I can trim more of the white off without messing up the image. I think it's better to trim from this side because that side is thicker, so I know that when I trim on this side, I'm not impacting, let's see, too much of that one. The border is a little bit thinner at the bottom, so I'm just going to cut off just a little bit. There we have it. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and get it all because I think I messed up. So I'm going to go ahead because we didn't have any white on it anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim it nice and neat. And this cardstock that I'm using, I do believe, I'll tell you guys in just a second. I'm going to tell you who this cardstock is by. It did look kind of pretty with the white, but I don't really need it, to be honest with you. So I'm going to get rid of it. There we go. Nice and neat. Okay. So we have our front and we have our back. All right. So that is how you can do the front and the back side of the greeting cards that we did on yesterday. Look at that shine and that gloss. Let me tell you who this paper is by. This is Pen and Gear. that I'm using. It's photo paper, but it is thick, so it's not like just normal paper. I'll show you guys here. You can see that it's not flimsy like paper. It's cardstock, even though it says paper. The grams on it is 21.6. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. They normally have like the grams on here, but this one doesn't have like the paper weight. It doesn't have on here. But anywho, pen and gear, photo glossy paper, but it's actually cardstock. Okay. All right, that's it, guys. So all you will need for this project is access to the free Canva, and I'm printing from Microsoft PowerPoint. You can print from whatever software you choose, but again, the instructions that I gave are applicable to the tools that you saw me using to get that greeting card. And then, you know, you can go and get envelopes from the dollar store to put these in. If you need to size down, but this was 7 by 5.5. Okay, that's the size. You will need to size it, guys, because it's super small in Canva. If you don't change the sizes in Canva, this is what size you're going to get. So you can see the difference here. Okay, so if you want the little bitty ones like this is on glitter cardstock. But my HP does not allow glitter cardstock for double printing. It gets jammed every time. So I don't use glitter when I'm doing double-sided. I only use glitter when I'm doing one side. So you can see there's nothing on the back of this one. That's how I know it jams. So I don't want to mess up my printer. But there it is, guys. That's glitter cardstock from yesterday's live crafting session in my Facebook group. And then this is the one I just did with you live. Okay. All right, so that is how you can create your greeting cards, guys, but you can adjust that size to whatever you want to. It does not have to be 7 by 5.5. You can make it whatever size you want to. And again, hopefully you guys have the type of printer where you can do the double-sided without having to take it out and manually feed it back in and try to figure out what side is the side you should be printing on and all that good stuff. So that is it, and that is all for those of you that were not able to join the Facebook Live session that we craft together yesterday. For those of you that weren't able to join, now you got your own special video tutorial that you can refer back to whenever you need. And everybody now has how to print that greeting card out. And again, I will put the prompt from Midjourney in the description of this video tutorial. And I will also link this greeting card from Canva so you can go directly to it if you choose to do this project. All right. All right, guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And if you're currently in my Facebook group or subscribe to my YouTube channel, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support. If you would like to join my Facebook group, there will be a link in the description of this video tutorial. Just click on that and agree to the Facebook group rules and you're in. And if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, come on, guys. Like, come on, please. All right, so please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And for those of you that are subscribed, keep continuing to provide me feedback, give me comments and stuff like that. I love communicating with you guys. And hey guys, I did my first TikTok live today. So start trying to catch me on TikTok live because I'm going to do crafting sessions on there that will not be recorded tutorials. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys know my motto is each one reach one so that each one can teach one. And there is our greeting card for 2023 from Canva with our own image from Midjourney's Discord server. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.